Hey Min-Maxers, it's your main birch Moonlight, aka Swanee. I hope you're all enjoying listening as we play Extinction Curse. If you are, please consider giving us that all-important review, like, follow, subscribe, and, if possible, join our Patreon. Also, come talk to us on our Discord. We love talking anything Paizo, be it 1E, 2E, or Starfinder. Have a rules question? We'd be happy to help you interpret. Have questions about using Fantasy Grounds? Tyler's your man. You can find details to everything on our website, MNmaxed.com. That's MNmaxed.com. It's a very different feeling playing a group of circus folk, and the entire group is having a blast. We get to be silly and unpredictable while being in character. We especially enjoy throwing GM Tyler off his game with how we interact with his NPCs. If you are listening to this soon after release, I hope you and your loved ones are safe during this unprecedented time of COVID-19. Minnesota is currently on stay-at-home orders, as is much of the nation and world. Hopefully, we can take your mind off things for a little while. So without further ado, here is MNmaxed Plays Extinction Curse.
A recap of Session 10. We decide to leave the barn after a big combat and go to the church. We then find the remains of the sheriff. Seems she was eaten by the carnivorous plant. We change our mind and decide to go see the mayor, and on our way we run into some weird guys at the church graveyard. Turns out they're worm demons in skin suits. Combat ensues and everything is terrible. They hit hard and have crazy spells. Everyone but Kestrel goes down, who just barely manages to survive and take out the final worm monstrosity.
This town is a fucking hell on earth.
Yes.
We need to move the circus at.
Yeah, I'm not sure why there are, like, fiends helping the fucking druids, but...
Or vipers that can kill you, or wasps that are the size of your head. This town's fucking something else.
Before we leave the graveyard, can we torch these bodies? Can anybody start a fire?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, burn the bodies.
Throw them in the grave and set them on fire.
I mean, maybe we just burn the fiend bodies and not the human corpses. My concern is that what if these are the bodies that were in the graves, and there's 6 of these things?
Yeah, I'm absolutely worried that there might be more of these things.
Yeah, that's
And
why we're leaving for now.
Tyler's eyes just get
I
big.
mean, if 2 of them were out at the barn, and 2 of them we just killed, there might be 2 left. There might be 4 left. I don't know if those other 2 are even from here, but...
We never even saw the 2 at the barn, did we? We just saw the corpses.
You did
Well,
not
right.
find the worm corpses. You found skin suits.
We just found the skin suits. I don't know where the worm
the human
I don't know where the
corpses.
fucking worms are.
They're probably the same worms.
Could be.
They might have to slough off their suits every once in a while.
Do you remember what the
No.
skin suits at the barn looked like?
I didn't write down that specific.
You didn't. Let me go ahead and get specific with you here real quick. The skin suits at the barns were wearing brown robes. They each had pendants worn around their necks in the shape of the symbol of Gazra.
They were the druids of the whatever thunder, rock of thunder, lightning, whatever.
Yes. They were from the Hermitage of the Blessed Light.
The Hermitage of the Blessed Lightning.
Yes.
Oh, so they sacrificed themselves?
Or these fiends like coerced the druids and turned them crazy. Something like that.
A lot of possibilities here.
Oh, yeah.
With not many answers.
No. That's why you fight on.
If by
all I know
if by fight on you mean go back and crawl into bed.
All I know is we need a
Come on.
goddamn reward from the mayor, so I'm not going back to camp until we go get our reward from the mayor.
Sabatri.
There's been a lack
Have fun,
of loot.
Sabatri.
There's been a lack of loot in this book, and I want my money.
I don't think we were promised any rewards, were we?
You weren't. No, not in the
I
song.
remember bringing up a reward with them.
I know you did. Oh, Ted. Oh, I love you, buddy.
We're naming the city after the town after someone. What was it, Kestrel? Kestrelton or something?
No.
Kestrelton.
Circus of Wayward Wonderston.
Yes.
It's such
Yeah,
a bad
it's
name.
time to go rename the
Yes.
town.
I
Let's
don't
get it
care.
done.
I don't think
Terrible.
we've done everything we were supposed to do yet.
We're halfway there,
So it's just Circus of
subjectively.
Ton.
I almost died one time. Name the town after the circus.
I
Right?
mean, everybody else almost died.
I would say like 3 people and a
We could,
animal companion
in honor
almost
of the
died.
circus, we could name it Myronton.
Spots would be cool with that.
Trying to think of any other like town name that would sound better with Myron, like Myronville. No, that doesn't sound good. Myron.
Well, it's got to be Ton because it's Aberton.
I suppose that makes sense.
I still like the Circus of Wayward Wonderton.
Yeah, Circus of Wayward Wonderston is the best because it's so ridiculous.
Savatriton, I'm cool with that too. Or Savatriville.
Prostitutaville.
All right, so we just got our asses kicked by a bunch of worm monstrosities. We're going to head back to camp and rest and recover. Come along, chaps.
You guys, I want to just lay out where you're at. There are dead worm skin beasts who are laying about the graveyard. There are several dug up graves. The church yet unexplored. There's a mausoleum on the grounds as well. Do you do anything before retreating?
You said that there's nobody around, right? Like there's literally 0 people on the streets.
Well, there's no people in the graveyard.
What about on the streets?
Well, the thing is where the church is located, the river that runs through Aberton splits on the east side of Aberton. And the Golden Lodge Church sits right on the piece of land in between where the river splits. And there are not a lot of buildings around that area. There's maybe a handful, 6, 7 tops.
Oh shit! I was thinking that was a road. I didn't even realize that was a fucking river.
You're in the graveyard now. There are still no people around because, again, this is kind of sectioned off because of the river. The majority of town is south of the river that you're in between right now. Before you leave the graveyard to go back to the big top, is there anything else you guys do here?
So, can one of these things be removed from its skin suit?
Absolutely. At this point,
Like, how big is it?
It's probably about like a basketball's width diameter. It's like 4 feet long. There are like offshoots on its body where the limbs in the body it's overtaking goes, but they're not like in the form of hands or anything, but there's lots of little like nerve endings that you pull out if you were to pull the worm out of the skin, and it's obviously merging in with the existing nerves that are there.
So Moonlight will absolutely do that, just like rip one out. And can I take like an occultism check on it at all?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me that.
Not great at occultism, but we'll give it a try. God.
No, you have no idea what the fuck
That
this thing
one.
is.
What, did you say occultism the only one? What about arcana?
Go ahead if you would like. Yeah, I'll give you the arcana.
Yeah, I'll look at that with my friend Moonlight. 13.
I mean, aside from the fact that the anatomy of this creature is odd, the obvious, this is weird, seems to eat through a good chunk of the body. So you would think that while it's inhabiting the body, it's eating that body as well. So at a certain point, it's eaten too much of the meat inside of the skin that it needs to switch to a new body. And these were getting close to the end of the meat inside the skin.
I guess that would make sense with what we'd seen before with the other discarded husks. Also, gross. Well then.
Disgusting. After I kind of like hold it up for a while, look at it and go, I don't know what the fuck this thing is. I just kind of like drop it back on the ground.
Drop it like it's rot. Drop it like it's rot.
No.
No.
Nice try.
So at this point, are we able to leave the cemetery? I feel like I've said we're going to go do this like a million times. And
I know.
It doesn't happen.
I know. I just want to make sure that you guys, I'm giving you all the opportunities to do all the things in the cemetery before you leave.
We are almost dead. I am afraid to do anything.
Right.
And start another fight.
The thing is, what I want to do, if at all possible, is when we leave the cemetery, if there's just people about or if I can shout for somebody, I want 2 things. One, I want to relay a message to Mayor Aber to let him know that we found the sheriff and she's dead, but we also found the Hoftons and they're alive and are going to be okay. And then I guess now also add on top of it, there are demon monsters in the church cemetery. And then I want to find another person and be like, don't let anybody go into the church. Like, just nobody go into the church. It's fucking coronavirus quarantined right now. We're not going in there. The church is social distancing itself right now.
Social distance yourself from the fucking church right now.
Exactly.
Oh, man. As you all gather yourselves to leave the church cemetery, you know exactly where you can see the big top from where you're at. Kestrel, you're looking for somebody to shout at, and you're going to find them on the north side of the river as you're making your way to the big top.
Okay. Can I relay to them the information that I had said earlier? Is that possible?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I find 2 dependable looking individuals.
Okay.
Such a thing exists in Aberton.
You're looking for adults, not children.
Right. Yes, I would say. Although it depends on the adult and it depends on the child.
You want to roll some dice to figure out what we're going with, or
do you want me to roll some dice to figure out what we're going with?
I don't really care. 2 citizens.
Just 2 people. Yes.
2 citizens do run off.
2 Abertonites. Shortly to become assist. Circus of Wayward Wonders tonights.
The camp is buzzing right now. There's a lot of activity going on. The professor is kind of going around and urging the circus folk to prepare for normal, everyday circus craft moving forward. So people are preparing. And inside of a tent, it's like a brown, dingy tent with a vanity in the middle of it, sits a scrawny man, balding with a ring of straggly hair around his head. And he's putting on white paste makeup. And there's a big man who's sitting on a cot. And the cot looks tiny while this man is sitting on it. And he looks over at the one that's sitting at the vanity. And he goes,
Bubbles, I'm still really sad about Myron. Do I have to go outside?
And the man sitting at the vanity goes, look, Peach Pie, the kids out there, and you need to entertain the kids. Just go take a watermelon, grab your mace, and go smash it for them. They love that shit. The big man sitting on the cot goes,
but I really don't like wasting the fruit.
Fine. I'll go out and I'll make some balloon daggers for the kids to stab each other with in the back alley. Whatever. And the man at the vanity keeps putting on the paste makeup, and we pan out. And there's children who are playing with Ellie and her snakes, and they're laughing and running around, and the circus is in good motion right now. The animals are being walked around outside. The elephants are practicing standing on their hind legs. We're back into training mode, is where the professor's tried to get everybody. We zoom in on the professor actually walking around, and he walks up to Ellie and he goes,
Ellie, I think we might have a problem. Gidarian told me about some performers in Abbottson who were talking about our star performers, and they're from the Celestial Menagerie, and that's a little bit of a problem.
And the camera's gonna pan out, and the 2 of them start talking in hushed tones, and the clown, the thin, straggly clown that we saw at the vanity earlier putting makeup on, has his head popped out of his tent, and he's listening to the professor talk to Ellie, and he raises an eyebrow, and he sneaks out the back of the tent. As you're passing the last building that's on its way to the big top, you see a familiar figure lurking in the shadows right next to the edge or the corner of this building. He notices you noticing him, and he just like waves you over. He's a short, balding man with scraggly hair along the edges.
Is it Bubbles? Who is it?
It's hard to tell. It looks like it might be Bubbles, but Bubbles without make. You've never seen Bubbles without makeup before.
He lives at the circus with his makeup on all the time.
You've never. Now that you think about it, I've never seen Bubbles without makeup before.
Fair. This fits with Discworld mythology and lore.
I hate that when, like, in real life, when that actually happens, when you're like, wait a minute. Now that I think about this, son of a bitch.
Bubbles? Yeah, shh. Come over here.
Okay, Savatri would start walking over.
Hey, thanks. Come, boss, come here. Over to the corner. Over here.
Who are you talking to?
You. He's looking at you as you come up.
I don't like that he called me boss. Sure.
Oh, boy. Oh, jeez, you all look really beat up right now.
Yeah, can you heal us?
No.
You a cleric?
Well,
What class are you?
don't do. No, I don't do those things.
He has no class.
You have no. Fuck you then. I walk away.
But I have something. I have something important to tell you.
Okay, what is it?
There's 3 performers from the Celestial Menagerie in Abberton right now talking shit about you, boss.
Where are they at?
They're just outside the mayor's house. There's a crowd that's gathering around and everything.
We were gonna head that way anyways. Hey guys, you wanna go to the mayor's house?
Is he a worm suit?
Oh, we're going back to the big top.
Look, boss.
I think Bubbles, Tyler, wants us to go to the mayor's house.
Why does he not want us to heal? I feel like there's something afoot.
Look,
Let's just go and die. It's fine. There's other circus performers we can play.
Jellicoe is there, and
I don't know that name.
You do, but I'll explain it in a minute.
Gigolo, bounce.
Yeah, Jellicoe bounce.
Gigolo, bouncy.
Is it the mayor's name? No, mayor was mayor.
Look, boss, Jellicoe's there, and I hate that motherfucker.
So many different accents.
Yeah, I am, aren't I? I was doing the Italian to begin with, right? Like, that was what I was doing?
You were doing a bad New Yorker, but yeah, that's fine.
That's what it was. Fuck. It's so bad. Guys, one of these days.
Boss, look, can you go show that stupid asshole what's what? Yeah?
Sure.
That's all I wanted.
I don't know who this guy is. Like, I don't know if does Savatri know who he is?
No. Savatri wouldn't, necessarily. Actually, now that I'm thinking
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
neither would Kestrel. Never mind.
Savatri and
I don't know
Kestrel
anything.
did not come from the Celestial Menagerie. Moonlight wouldn't probably know Jellicoe terribly well, just because of the sheer fact that Moonlight spent most of their time at this menagerie in a box. But we'll get there later. For right now, the only one of you that would have any idea who Jellicoe is Jeb.
Oh, and I'm fucking livid.
Moonlight's gonna be like, I have nothing to prove to those guys.
Yeah, let's go heal up and rest. We can go to the mayor's house tomorrow.
I'm waiting for Spencer to, like, he said he was livid, so I'm waiting for Spencer to, like, try to talk us into it.
We're at the governor's house?
That's where Bubbles wants us to go to encounter the Celestial Menagerie.
If they're at the governor's house, we're fine.
And we're all like, we're
Yes.
dead right now.
The governor will kill him for us. He's a level 20.
Jay Aber?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
No, I wouldn't. I'm saying we go get some sleep. Fuck that.
So everybody fuck
God.
these three. Fuck these three then, right?
Let me ask this.
If my character hates him, I would definitely want to swing something at him,
Tyler, is this the dance fight?
and I'm not swinging at him.
This is the
Let's just
dance
go
fight.
fucking dance.
This is the dance fight. There's a crowd gathering around. They're bashing the Circus of Wayward Wonders in a performance.
So we're gonna show up covered in blood
And dance off,
and just
yes.
fucking perform.
That's what I'm throwing it out there.
As a character, I would definitely not go. Like, I'm literally beaten. Like, I'm walking like at 5 speed, trying to get to bed. Like, I don't understand why I would go anywhere.
And that's why I wanted to throw it out here. This isn't I have to make this clear. I'm not trying to force you to take this fight right now.
Oh, see,
But-
you said fight.
Dance fight. Not trying to force you into the dance fight right now.
I feel like
I
it'll
think
have repercussions to, like...
I'm letting you know that
our
things
circus.
are happening on, like, today, Toil Day, the 3rd of Callistril, things are happening. And this is me letting you know that things are happening. I have a calendar, and if you address it today, it will go one way. And if you address it on the 4th of Callistril, it will go another way. So it's fine that you don't touch it today. I'm just letting you know this exists.
Yeah, I think if we're really going to play this the way our characters would play it, not knowing that they're in a game, we would go rest.
Yeah, even like because there's like even if I had to go meet someone, I'm not gonna go meet them covered in
Covered in blood.
Let's
Blood
go rest
and, like,
heal up and then come back
Yeah.
the same day.
no meta about it. I would like need rest. Like
Right.
I fell 7 times.
Yeah, maybe
Let's
we
go
can
let's
go
go take a
back
nappy
later
nap.
this evening. Maybe we can go back this evening if we feel better. But
This is
right
still
now
the
we're
same
gonna-
day Turtle got stung by bees.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
We spent an
That's-
hour trying to make sure she didn't die from.
Let's go
poisons.
heal and nap for a few hours and we'll come. Right?
I think that's the plan.
Okay, you guys have made a decision. Bubbles is here. He wants you to go address it. These guys now. What you guys gonna do?
So Moonlight will be like, I have nothing to prove to the Celestial Menagerie.
Bubbles. And I put my arm around my pal Bubbles. We are beaten men, women, and trees. Right now, we need to go take a rest. I appreciate you bringing this information to our attention, and we will address it as soon as we feel ready, which is not right now. But again, thank you.
Don't look so good.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Again,
guys
thank
don't
you.
look so good. Is there
Yes.
something I could get? If you'd like, I can go talk to the professor and see if he's got some potions or something.
If he does, that would be wonderful, but, it's fine. Why don't you accompany us back to the circus, and we'll all just go have a rest.
And he goes. He looks over at Savatri. He goes, "Well, I don't want. I don't need to follow you guys back to the circus. I don't want. I don't want to follow you back to the circus.
Okay, what are you going to go do then?
I'll find my way back to the circus on my own, boss." And he looks at Savatri. Look, boss, I need to take care of you guys, so I'm gonna go find some potions. Okay?
Is there still sense motive in this game? What is it?
Yes, yes,
Just
there
be
is. It's perception.
Perception? Okay.
I'm not taking
totally
a fucking potion this guy
sense
gives
motive
me.
this asshole. Nat 26.
He's ignoring you entirely, and he's prostrating himself before Savatri.
I don't understand why people talk to me.
He's into that kinky shit. He wants to prostrate.
You know what I'm talking about, David. You know the English language.
Yes.
The grovel, then?
No, I mean prostrate was the right word.
Prostrate was the right word.
It was the right
Yeah.
word.
I'm just
He
having
was
fun with
making
it.
a sex worker joke.
Yes.
Go
Since
get
you
us some
guys make-
potions.
You guys make fun of how I say words and how I use words all the time. I have to be really certain, okay?
Here's the thing. It's not going to stop.
I know. Suddenly,
That's why
you're
you got defensive.
All right. We go back to the tent, and we're going to rest up and roll some fucking healing checks, and
He's getting us potions.
maybe.
don't wait for him.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
wait for him. Yeah.
He
Right.
might be a bit.
Do we make it back to the circus unmolested?
Yes.
Excellent.
It took us an hour to get the yes, you get back to the circus, but I had things I wanted to do. Fuck
I
off.
understand. I understand. I am going to roll a medicine check. I am going to succeed my medicine check. And it's 2d8, right?
Yes.
I'll
Fuck
try
on
and
them.
medicine
Well,
check
we're
myself.
gonna be taking
Sucks.
another hour after that shit.
Okay, hold on.
Sweet.
It's the first within the first 10 minutes. Kestrel's treat wounds goes off on a success. Savatri's goes off on a success. Anybody else here?
Is there a long rest in this, or is that not a thing? Not a long
mean-
rest, but like extended treat wounds.
Yes, where you can keep
You
doing
do it for an hour and do double. Yeah.
I'll just do that.
Yeah, I
I'll
guess
try-
I will too. Yeah,
for
that
my-
makes sense.
For my second 20 minutes, I'll do treat wounds on Moonlight.
So Kestrel goes for the hour of treat wounds.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so does Jeb.
Jeb goes for the hour. Jeb, go ahead and make your check on that.
Nailed it.
Not quite a crit, but very close.
But it's still double.
Yeah,
you
roll
said?
roll 2d8, and you can take whatever you roll and double it if you spend the hour as opposed to 10 minutes.
Full HP.
I need at least one more hour if we're okay with that.
I'm still at 1 hit point.
I'm gonna do
I will tend
another.
the tree for an hour.
Well, hold on a second, because
I got
Savatri...
a nat 20 on him.
Oh, geez. Okay, all right. Savatri does it.
I'm at full. I needed 23 hit points. You gave me 23 hit points.
Wow.
I'm down 1 still. I'm fine with that though.
There we go. At least I rolled well for that second hour, so that'll be 28. Perfect.
And then that also gets rid of any wounded conditions.
Yeah. So after 2 hours, I believe we're healed up.
During this time, I'll regain focus and heal Turtle.
The good news is, guys, if we do actually do combat, I have a heal left. I went down right away, so I never got to use my last heal.
I will also refocus.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
So you guys go back to camp. You heal up. You spend 2 hours, is what we decided all those checks can take place in?
Yes.
Okay.
I draw
all
a
right.
bath,
I was going to say, just, flavor how you heal up here.
or I just go in the river.
I do another medicine check on myself during the second hour. I'm the worst cleric. It's terrible.
And so, yeah, I would say after 2.5 hours or so, because we're going to refocus and shit too, then I'd say, I might grab a bite to eat, and I'd say, okay, maybe now we can head out. So, team, are we going to go deal with these celestial menagerie motherfuckers?
Let's do it.
We're not resting. We just went home and bathed and ate.
Yeah, I think so.
Cleaned up.
Healed up.
You gotta look good before a dance off.
How down on spells are you, Moonlight?
I mean, of the spells that matter, I'm at 50%.
And Savatri had 1 heal left, which I know isn't much, but...
I also have my sanctuary left.
Oh, nice.
So he can GTFO if he needs to.
All right, let's do it. Let's go meet him over by Mayor Aber's house.
If they're still there. 2.5
If they're
hours
still there.
later.
We head over there.
So you all leave the camp and you start heading over to Mayor Aber's house. You don't see them on your way there or near Mayor Aber's house as you're approaching, but it seems strange. The town folk on the way there are like snickering as you pass and avoiding eye contact. It's awkward. But when you get to Mayor Aber's house, there's no crowd, no performers, nothing here.
Okay. Do we want to go clear out the rest of the church then?
The board of the Circus of Wayward Wonders stands in front of Mayor Aber's house in silence.
No, so we beat them. They're gone.
Yeah, they left. They're scared. Cowards.
We don't want to show them that we just show up to their whim. You come to us.
Yeah, motherfuckers. This is our town.
We're the Wayward Wonders.
This is Circus of Wayward Wonderston, motherfuckers.
To the church.
To the church, then. Let's go figure out what's going on, because that we sent a person to go tell people not to go in there. So let's go see what fucking monstrosities we find.
Is the mayor not home?
I mean,
Oh yeah, I guess we could go talk to the mayor.
you could go knock.
We knock on the door for the mayor.
After a few moments pass, when the mayor does in fact open the door, and he goes, hello. Hi. I wasn't expecting to see you. I got your message. Thank you. I've got some militiamen watching the entrance to the church now. What do you think's happening?
We don't know.
It's a meth lab. We're gonna go take care of it for you.
Okay. I'm not sure what that is, but okay.
See, we rolled poorly, so we have no fucking clue.
I haven't allowed anybody on the site, the graveyard yet. Some people have said that they've seen some weird things, and the windows, the stained glass windows of the Golden Lost Church were smashed out at some point. Now that people are looking at it, so I've heard.
So you haven't bothered to go check it out yourself?
No. I just followed what you told us to do. We have somebody preventing others from going on site, and I am aware that there's a problem, and, well, here we are.
All right, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go back there now that we're rested up and healed, and we're going to see what we can do.
Okay, all right.
If you see those celestial menagerie assholes, tell them to fuck off.
They actually spent quite a bit of time outside of my door this afternoon, and they did not have very nice things to say about it.
Did you throw fecal matter at them?
No, I try to stay neutral in these things.
Pity.
It seemed like a circus thing. I didn't want to get myself involved in. I didn't want to embarrass you.
So you didn't want to stand up for us who are helping the town either.
Jeez.
Make that intimidate check.
Look. If it happens again, I'll say something this time. I'm really
Ban
sorry.
them from the town.
Yes,
you can. You're the goddamn mayor, and it's your goddamn name on the goddamn town. You can ban them.
How do I just say? Do I just ban members of the Celestial Menagerie?
Yes.
That seems spiteful.
I, Mayor Abba, hereby decree that all members of the Celestial Menagerie are not allowed in Aberton, which is my fucking town.
He kind of puts his hand on his forehead, and he just goes, I'll take it into consideration.
I clap him on the back. You know what to do now, friend. You know what to do.
Yeah,
We're going to go take care of all the fucking problems your town has.
Well, I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You'd better.
So I actually had a question for you all.
Hmm?
Are you going to be putting on another show anytime soon?
Would you like one?
I mean, a lot of terrible things have happened lately, and my people have some coin to spend, and they could use something to take their mind off things. It's getting tense.
If they've got the coin, we've got the time.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Look. The menagerie folk are very likely going to be back tomorrow.
And you know this how?
They kind of made some pun about it. I don't know. I don't get comedy, so they had said that they like something about returning to cleanse the town of the curse of Merrymead or something like that. I don't. It was.
They're lunatics.
That's blasphemous.
I don't understand it. I just don't. So that's why I didn't want to touch it. I don't get heavily involved in religions. I don't circus stuff. That's sorry. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Kestrel.
It's all right. I'm mostly just giving you shit.
What?
Mostly. Moonlight, though. Don't piss them off.
Interacting with you all is very difficult. So.
Yes, I'm aware. But it's great fun,
Try
isn't it?
living with them.
To the church! And I walk away. Even as he's talking. Yeah.
He waves awkwardly. Closes the door.
I glare at him momentarily.
He closes the door fast. Quickly.
And I will decide not to do my intimidating glare either.
Okay. So you guys end up going back to the church. There is, just like as you were there, the low stone wall, the empty graveyard. This time there are two men wearing overalls holding pitchforks standing near the gate. One near the rear, where the rear gate entrance to the cemetery is, and one standing up towards the front of the church, the entrance of the church, where the porch is located. So there's kind of a porch near the front of the church. The graveyard has the stone wall that goes from the church bounds all the way around it. So it's one solid piece of land. It looks like the party is approaching from the front, not from the rear, correct?
Oh, that's just where I threw us. I don't know.
I mean, that's where the church opening is the front, right?
Yeah, that's the front door, right?
Yep, you would know that for sure.
Yeah, we're going to go there.
This wide, high porch is made of white wood. There are two stained glass windows that face the entrance here. They're both shattered out.
Aww. What a shame.
There's a multitude of colors on this colored glass, this stained glass windows that were broken out. There used to be a stained glass depiction of Abadar and one that was the dozen of golden keys, which is one of Abadar's symbols, and they are just completely shattered out. Anyways,
So you said there were a couple people here with pitchforks.
There was one man posted at the front of the church and another man posted at the rear entrance of the graveyard, which is on the opposite side of the yard from the church.
As we approach the man in the front of the church, I'd say, "Good man, thank you for standing watch. We'll take it from here. You go find safety, and we'll take care of anything that might still lurk in the church."
He kind of like looks around and he goes, "You don't need me to stand here anymore.
Do you know how to fight?
I know how to hold this pitchfork and look semi-threatening.
You do it quite well.
I suppose I could make a stabbing motion with it. I've just never done it towards a live thing before."
Yes, you look very competent, but perhaps best to practice on something that isn't alive first. Maybe go stab at a tree a few hundred times, and then we'll see how it goes. But for right now, why don't you just go and be safe?
Do you want me to take Earl with me?
Is he the other one?
Yeah.
Does he know how to fight?
I mean, no.
Yes, then take him with you.
Okay, all right, I'll go.
Be nice to trees.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Moonlight. I did not think of what I was saying. Forgive me.
So, find a sack of grains or something?
Yes? Or a stone statue, perhaps? No, it might be Jeb. Fuck!
Don't stab anything.
Just best off using the pitchfork for hay.
Just go farm. He trots off.
Who wants to try to stealth up onto this thing with Moonlight?
Yeah, I got you.
So Moonlight and Kestrel are trying to sneak onto the porch?
Yeah, let's sneak up there and see what we see.
Each want to take a window?
That sounds good to me.
Moonlight gets an 18.
Kestrel gets 20.
This entire chamber, as you look in through the stained glass windows, is filled with long wooden pews, but they're all marred by long claw marks. And what looks like used to be comfortable cushions of gold velvet have been shredded, and their feather stuffing spilling out on the benches, onto the wood floor, all over the place. Leather-bound books have been yanked from small wooden shelves built into the back of each pew and just torn to pieces. Their illuminated pages mixing with the accumulated mess that just covers the ground. There is a chancel at the west end of the room here that contains an altar in front of a magnificent mural of Abadar and other gods defeating the monstrous Rovagug.
Ooh, so Callistria's going to be on there, and
Yep.
and Asmodeus even.
Desna.
And Desna, yes.
Yep, Desna's there. The altar that's here has the appearance of a desk, although its cloth of gold covering, abacus, scales, and the ledgers are ripped out and knocked over. But it's just very Abadar-esque for the altar to be a golden desk.
And like the worm things we fought, they didn't have like claws, right?
Mm-mm.
Those were human hands.
Correct.
Good spot.
In the northwestern corner of this room, you see a very large font. It's a stone font that's overturned, and in front of what seems to be a heavy metal vault door.
Second, I thought you meant like Times New Roman or something.
No.
Font. Heavy metal.
No, you can never read heavy metal font. I don't want to put that out there.
Nor
right?
can you understand it when they're singing.
But it takes a very particular ear. You know, it's really funny. A buddy of mine sat down and he was like, you know, I could actually tell you what Cannibal Corpse is screaming in their 45 seconds, like chainsaw hardcore.
That man has
rock.
listened to too much Cannibal Corpse then.
And he just understands it, right? But other music where they're screaming like that, he understands it. On the first listen, I don't get it.
That's pretty crazy. And this coming from a man who, and this is a true story, first time I met Tyler was at the talent show at the call center where we worked. Tyler got up to sing, and they offered him a microphone, and he said, "No, I do not need it." And then proceeded to scream. Just scream a song, and it was fantastic. And
Well,
right from that moment, I knew I wanted to be friends with this man. Let us continue.
Wow.
I just
Yeah,
wanted to tell
anyways.
the story of how I first met Tyler.
So let's talk a little bit about what's going on inside this area here. Aside from the actual physical room that I've described to you, there are two creatures that are in the main chapel area here. It's called.
I love how that's always the last thing.
The last thing.
I know.
So you look around, you notice the large metal font tipped over,
The big mural of the four gods in a row of a
and then 5 minutes later you notice the two creatures standing there.
that are now staring at you and about to attack with their monster claws.
Okay, in the defense of GMs everywhere, if I led with the monsters, I wouldn't get to the room description.
Yes, I know. It's just one of those funny idiosyncrasies of tabletop gaming.
But it's absolutely either you do it that way or you don't describe the room.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe other groups do it differently, but fuck, most groups are really impatient. So there is a small winged demon that is sitting at the banking desk that serves as the altar, and he seems to be perusing papers that are there, records of some kind. And there is another demon that's there, that's standing behind the altar, who is defacing the mural of Abadar and the other gods that have decorated the chapel. They both look really distracted. None of them are paying any attention to you at all. But I am going to send the group a picture of both of these demons so that they can describe them to y'all.
Well, it says image tiny fiend. So if this thing is tiny, like, at least that's good, because the rest of it's terrifying. Oh, God!
Okay, that one's terrifying.
Like, the first one looks like what you expect a goddamn demon to look like, except it's green. The second one
looks like a tiny green Diablo from, like,
I was thinking Diablo,
2.
but then they gave him like fucking centaur body.
Oh, my God. But yeah, this second one is fucking horrifying. Like, think of like fucking Danny DeVito's little like pan flute guy in Hercules.
You're right.
I was going to say it's like a fat satyr.
Yeah, satyr. That's the one I wanted.
Yeah,
But then with
fat,
like,
hideous satyr.
yeah, with pustules.
Yeah. That's a fun word.
Oh, and he's got
Pustules.
glass. He's got glass absolutely sticking all through his right arm. So he's already wounded.
That's canon.
He's breaking a mirror. So
He's got 7 years bad luck also.
he's gonna have bad luck. Yeah, this monster's gonna have bad luck. So yeah.
It says here he enters the combat with half hit points. God.
What?
No, that's a lie.
Oh. It's like, really?
They are both definitely very distracted right now.
You said they're defacing the mural, and clearly this one's defacing mirrors?
No, the pictures just to give you an idea of what the creature looks like. Don't worry about the mirror in the picture.
I feel like it's important. If the artist included him destroying a mirror to the point that he has it sticking shards of glass out of his arm, it's important somehow.
Well, then why don't you give me a recall knowledge check and I'll fucking tell you about it.
I'm going to fail it.
I know. I can't wait to tell you fail it too.
But yes, if they don't notice us, I will indeed try and make an Arcana check on both of them. So green guy first. Ooh, 24.
That was a really solid one. The little green guy, and he's very small, but that is a Quasit. I'll give you, it was a good check. 3 pieces of information. And real quick, I have to do one thing here. For those of you listening at home, I don't do a lot of house rules. I really like following the core rule book as much as possible. But on these recall knowledge checks, I like just giving them a choice of what information that they want. And I'm going to tell David that he gets 3 pieces of information about this creature with his check. What pieces of information do you want about it?
Weaknesses.
He is weak to cold iron and good sources of damage.
What is its favorite color?
What does it have in its pockets? Strengths or / immunities?
No immunities. It can change shape into many different animal creatures, toads, wolves, centipedes, bats, etc. There's one piece of information about the closet that I will give you regardless, because if there is one thing that I absolutely adore about how demons were written in Second Edition, is that all of them have some sort of weakness that's not directly tied to mechanics. Okay? The closet has an ability called Virtue Aversion. And the closet's link to a mortal soul gave it birth, but it presents a vulnerability. Once per round, a creature can present an object related to something virtuous or good in the life of the closet's creator as an interact action to automatically deal the closet 2d6 mental damage.
So I go up to the closet and I need to figure out who his creator is. So I say, "Who is your daddy and what does he do?"
Now, that's not going to be...
I don't do that.
I understand. No, it's not going to be something you guys can do anything about.
No.
But I have to tell you about that because it's so fucking cool.
It's fun.
Anyways.
I fail my check on the Danny DeVito demon, so that's up to Moonlight.
And can I make an occultism on it?
Religion or Arcana.
They can be untrained, right? I get a 19, I roll 17 on the die.
Okay.
Untrained.
For religion check. You know that this is absolutely, this is a demon of some kind. I mean, obviously that supports the fact that there's a closet here as well, but you don't really know a ton more about it aside from the fact that it's a demon.
All right.
I'm trying to separate what I know as a character versus as a player versus what I know as a character.
Right, exactly. Tyler may have just told us that he enjoys the mechanic in 2E where demons have these weird non-traditional weaknesses, and that picture is of this demon destroying a mirror with prejudice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put two and two
right.
together and get 0, though. My character does not understand this.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I was also thinking about like weaknesses for demons. I know demon weaknesses that I would assume carry over, but
Yeah.
Moonlight in our group totally failed those checks last week. So.
Yeah. You know what? I actually really enjoy the fact that you guys fail knowledge checks. It makes this whole thing more interesting. I mean, it resulted in you walking around camp waving a cockatrice in the face of all the performers.
So I think we want to sneaky backy and tell Jeb and Savatri what we see, and then formulate a plan of attack, which is likely going to be charging an attack.
So there's these two creatures. We need to kill them.
Sign me up.
Pep talk over.
Done. Let's do this.
And break.
Can I lead for once?
I will. They are distracted enough that I will allow you guys to set yourself up to choose when initiative goes into play and have whatever you want and set up as you go into this combat. So tell me what you're going to do and when you're ready to roll initiative.
Do we want to try and funnel them back or get in there and kill them?
Yeah, I've only got one spell that I can reach from here.
From the broken windows to the back of the chapel, it is
Yeah, it's like
about like
35, 40 feet.
40 feet, yeah.
So they're distracted enough that we could like walk up right on them?
They're distracted enough for you to watch them from outside of the building where the broken windows you're looking through are.
And is that a door in front of Savatri, or is that okay?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's like
is.
Yeah, I think definitely Kestrel will try and sneak up. If Jeb's going to go in full force, I'd love to like sneak up and get flanking on him.
I'll let the stealthers do their thing, but I'll be ready for some type of cue to just charge through the door.
Let's do it. You
It'd be
down,
like
Moonlight?
a super hard DC to try to like climb through the window, and is there too much glass?
You could definitely attempt. It doesn't look like it would be extremely difficult.
All right. Let me give it a shot.
All right. So here's what I want then. If you've all had a chance to think about it for a moment. I'm going to start with Savatri. What are you doing?
I stand behind whoever's in the front line, and I'm going to trip people by whip. That's all I can do.
No buffs before combat?
Jeb's in front. I give him guidance. I have no other buffs. I can't even do that because it only lasts one round. Never mind.
Yeah.
I do nothing.
You're right. You wait patiently for the go then, right?
Oh, I'll step down right here. Well, I don't actually. Yeah, I'll just boop Magic Fang on him and then come back.
Ooh, thanks.
Oh, you put Magic Fang on Kestrel.
Yeah. I grabbed it from my pet, but it's so much better for you.
It is. Thank you.
All right. Then what about Kestrel? What are you doing coming into this?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and sneak in to get flanking on these guys when Jeb and Turtle fucking bull rush it.
Okay. I'll ask for your stealth check here in a second. Moonlight, what are you doing?
Letting Kestrel try to sneak in?
And you're waiting outside while he's doing that?
Yes, I don't want to disrupt his sneak. I don't need to get in flanking. I can realistically cast at least one spell from here, so I can't even ready. Fuck.
No, not really.
Not as a spellcaster. Kind of pissed off about that still, but
I know.
I'm salty.
Every time it comes up, I think, oh, Swanee hates this. Okay, then Kestrel, what I'd like for you to do is on the map, show me where you would like to be when you give a surreptitious signal to your party outside for Jeb to kick in the door. I'm assuming that's what you're doing.
I would say like over there, like kind of getting behind the pews. And so hopefully they're going to run up to the east, like down the middle aisle, and I can just come up behind them and flank.
Got it. So as Kestrel enters the church through the broken window to the left of the main doors, he's behind the left column of pews. He sneaks around the back side over on the front, and he waits.
Want a stealth check?
Yeah, I do. I do want a stealth check.
Ooh, I get a 13.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself 20 feet back.
Guys, I think that went poorly.
Okay, Kestrel, as you climb through the broken stained glass window frame, as you get to the other side, step on a piece of glass and it cracks. And you think, I'm just going to keep moving. If they look back, they're going to look back at the window. They're not going to see me because you keep moving. And you get another 10, 15 feet past the window. But the Quasit, who's sitting at the desk, looks up from the paperwork and goes, "Eh!" And then he kind of turns around and looks back at the other demon, the one that looks like the, pustule-filled satyr Danny DeVito. And he looks back at him and goes, and he points back over by the glass windows. Does anybody speak Abyssal?
Oh yeah, my druid for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Nobody understands it. It's
Do
a
I
terrible
hear the
language.
abyssal?
Oh yeah,
With
absolutely.
20 perception? Alright, then cue door bust.
Oh! All right. Jeb kicks in the door. Initiatives.
Can I roll stealth?
For initiative?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
It's better.
Jeb hears the terrible... Abyssal is an awful language. It sounds like this terrible mix of like gravel that's on fire with screeches and squeals mixed in with it. But Jeb hears that and he's like, fuck no. Kicks in the door. Jeb, do you have like an entry line? You got something you want to call out to these guys? I want
This
you to
is
have...
perfect chance to Duke Nukem.
I wish you had something... Yeah,
I'm gonna rip off your throat and shit down your neck. A little too vulgar for Jeb, I think. I remember hearing that line, the shit down your neck, when I was like 12, when I was playing Duke Nukem. I was like, that is fucking... this is a little rough. Like,
that's really brutal.
I can't wait to do it.
Is this what being an adult is like? Then we're going to dive into it. I'm just going to say the name of it because I don't want to say Danny DeVito Satyr for the rest of the night. This creature is called an Abracondaloo.
Yeah, because that's
I think Danny DeVito Satyr is easy.
It goes first. It got a 30 on initiative. It turns around from its defacement of the mural and it looks over to see Jeb standing there, the stout dwarf with the Siberian kitty standing next to him and the light streaming in. He takes one stride forward and stands right in the center of the aisle at the head of the pews. He casts a spell that is going to require a save from Jeb. Jeb, you need to give me a will save.
11.
It walks up right to the head of the aisles in between the two pews, and it stomps its 2 hoofed feet down on the wooden floors, and it roars at you. It just cast the fear spell on you, and with an 11, not a critical failure. On a regular failure for the fear spell, you are frightened 2. So, after Jeb is frightened 2 by the Abracondalu, it is Savatri's turn.
Savatri will first cast guidance on Jeb. Second action will be to move. I move 25 feet in, and then I try to, for my third action, I try to trip the Abracadabra. And 14.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm a hero point that. I got 2 of them. Fuck it.
Yeah? All right.
15.
Okay, it still fails.
It,
Savatri pushes past Jeb and struts into the church and cracks a whip at the Abracondalu, and it just kicks the whip off and nothing happens. Then after Savatri, it is the Quasit's turn. It takes flight, like starts hovering just above the golden desk altar that's at the front of the church here, and he starts casting a spell of some kind. He's speaking in abyssal as he incantates, and the runes show up in front of him. They're light blue in color, and he disappears.
Uh-oh.
After the Quasit, it's Kestrel's turn.
What would moving over these pews be? Difficult terrain?
Moving through the pews would be difficult terrain, yes.
And I have to use 2 movements to get back behind the Abracadabra. So that's what I do.
How fast is your movement speed?
30?
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I mean, no matter what you do, it's gonna take you.
Yeah, I gotta. Nah, no matter what I do, it's gotta take 2. And I will make an attack on him.
The Abracadabra.
Swinging at it, and I have flanking and magic fang. So here we go.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Oh, and I'm not just taking a swing. I will spend my third action to activate Flurry of Blows.
Got it. So 2 swings.
Yes. So first to hit is a 25.
The 25 will hit.
I deal it 7 damage.
Okay.
Second attack on it with my Flurry of Blows. Ooh, 15 is going to be a miss. And I think I'll hang on to my action points on that. That will be the end of my turn.
All right, then after Kestrel, it is Moonlight's turn.
I feel like I will just pick up some of the glass off the ground and like throw it at him.
Okay, that works. Telekinetic projectile.
Telekinetic
then?
projectile.
All right, let's see.
From where I'm at, just too far away.
Spell attack, roll away.
I get a 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits.
Let's see, and I made that piercing, so let's do that. 8 damage.
Fuck, that's a big hit. The small coalescence of broken glass from near the front door flies at the Abracondalu demon and digs into its skin. It looks particularly upset by the fact that you just hit it with shards of glass.
Well, I was debating climbing through the window, but I'm not sure I want to do that anymore. I just pissed it off.
It's going to come after you.
I think I'll stay outside the window now.
Jebediah, Mr. Kick in the Door, at the bottom of round 1. It's your turn.
Actually,
Oh.
sorry. Third action, I will cast my focus spell, the Tentacular Limbs.
I'll
your
double
turn.
move up here and a swing. At a -2.
But you're flanking, so you get a +2.
Negative nothing.
Does say you get +1 from guidance too.
A 15 to hit.
15 does not hit.
Alright. Done.
The Abracondalu is up. Is currently being surrounded by everybody. He's going to lash out at Kestrel. He is going to bite at Kestrel, and he's going to get a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
He is going to deal Kestrel 17 points of damage, and he's going to bite into your neck and collarbone and tear flesh.
Jesus. All right.
We need to kill that guy. Fast.
All right. Then you're also going to need to give me a fortitude save.
I'm going to hero point that because I only got a 10. 14.
You
Probably
fail.
not going to do it.
You're right. You fail. You are mutilated, and the mutilating bite of the Abracondaloo gives you a -1 status penalty to all charisma-based checks.
Why did I waste a fucking hero point on that?
I knew that's what you were gonna say after I told you what it was. Yes, you look ugly because this dude just tore your skin to pieces.
Whatever. I just look like he's got some cool fucking bar fight scars.
I do think it's funny that Pathfinder tells us that charisma is not all about
Looks.
looks. Then it's like, oh, but you get physically mutilated and it reduces your charisma based checks.
That's a really good point, Swanee. That's a really good point. With the second action, it pushes Kestrel aside for flavor, not actually. And he runs all around the pews and is charging straight for Moonlight, who is on the other side of the windows here. And he is just screaming in rage. Now it is Savatri's turn.
Savatri will use her last heal, 2 actions on Kestrel. It's a max of 16.
Nice.
Thanks. That is helpful.
For her third action, she will, I guess, just move right here, 10 feet away from Abracadabra.
So you get closer to the Abracondaloo's.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yep, I heard the Abercrombie there.
Yeah, you're moved back from where you originally were, and you're right next to the door now. Then after Savatri, it's a turn. Hold on.
Come on, invisible motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Savatri, as you reach the doorway, you suddenly get clawed right across the back. It's 22 to hit you.
Cool.
I mean, Savatri is going to take 7 points of damage. 5 of it is slashing. 2 of it is evil. Yeah, 2 move actions to get there, and then it attacks you. Surprise, there's a closet right next to
I was
you.
gonna say, if this thing's got improved invisibility and we're level 2, I'm dipping.
No, he does not. Kestrel, it's your turn.
Well, what am I killing? I suppose we should focus fire on that thing that hits like a motherfucker. I get up behind it, and you say you're not doing the flat-footed thing on your end, right, Tyler?
I haven't been because you guys have pretty consistently been adding the +2 in.
So for my third action, I will again activate Flurry of Blows and make 2 attacks against the Abracondaloo. I get a 20 to hit it.
20 hits.
I deal it 4 damage because
Seriously.
I can't roll.
Roll
with
something
anything.
higher than a fucking 3 on 2d6.
I'd sure like to.
I'm
sure like to.
So glad Jeb spent 2 actions giving you Magic Fang. That was
And then
great.
I make my second attack. And on that one, I get a 13 to hit, which is going to miss again, and that will be the end of my turn.
All right. Then after Kestrel, it's Moonlight. There is a big scary demon. Looks like he's about to jump through that
I-
window frame to get you.
I'm going to make it give me a save.
What kind of save?
A will save.
It gets an 11.
Well, I cast Phantom Pain on it.
Oh. What's Phantom Pain do?
I don't think we've actually talked about this one before. This is my second level. The spell I took at second level. It's a
Oh,
first
you mean
level
the-
spell.
The one you wouldn't tell me about?
Correct.
Okay, tell me about it now.
So, illusory pain racks the target, dealing 2d4 mental damage and 1d4 persistent mental damage. The target must
Wow.
attempt a will save. It failed, so the target takes full initial damage and persistent damage, and the target is sickened 1. The target recovers from being sickened, the persistent damage ends, and the spell ends.
We have a sickened Abracondrelu.
So it takes 7 mental damage.
Damn, okay.
So then it is also persistent 1d4 mental and sickened 1.
Okay.
And then I will move the fuck away.
They bravely ran away.
You're fucking right, I did.
The Abracondrelu just goes and starts like retching in pain. Well done, Moonlight. It is Jebediah's turn. Everybody ran away from you, Jeb.
I know, I'm
Sorry,
sick
Jeb.
of it. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, hell yeah.
Jeb gets in the shit and flanks the Abracondrelu.
And he attempts to smack a bitch. Does a 23 hit?
Boom. 23 totally hits.
It
See
actually
that
be
Jeb damage. Oh!
15.
Shit, big hit. Jeb just kind of like struts up and takes a big chunk out of its thigh.
And then, yeah, I'm going to try to like surround it with the cat. I'll give her a turn.
Ah, okay.
And I'll attack as well with her 20.
Turtle jumps in on it. Success. 20 hits.
5.
Is that a jaw attack or a claw attack?
A bite.
Turtle runs in through the door. Turtle's been sitting just outside on the porch, patiently waiting for orders this entire time. And Jeb gives her the go-ahead, and she sprints in through the doorway, jumps up on one of the pews, and digs her fangs right into the shoulder of this wicked beast. Which is going to bring us to the top of round 3. It's the Abracondrelu's turn. It would like to attack Moonlight, but you fuckers are surrounding him now. He's going to make a jaw attack against Jebediah and gets, a 32 to hit.
Ouch.
Is that what I think it is?
Sure is, mate.
That's a critical hit.
I hate it.
It's not that bad. Jeb, you take 23 points of piercing damage.
It's not that bad. Literally 75% of my health. It's not that bad.
It ain't that bad. And it digs its teeth into your flesh. Give me a fortitude save.
14.
It rips, it tears, and you take a -1 on charisma checks.
No.
Nobody's writing this down because it doesn't affect them.
Nobody cares.
And let's see, that was its first action. With its second action, it's going to turn around and claw at Kestrel. It gets a 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
All right, then he is going to claw Kestrel right across his chest for 4 points of slashing damage. Sorry, 12 points of slashing damage.
Ridiculous.
With its third action, it is going to begin retching in an attempt to recover from the sickened condition. So it's going to take a fortitude save. What's your DC there? Moonlight?
18.
He gets a 26 to recover from your sickened condition.
He recovers.
Wait, does that mean he doesn't take the Phantom Pain mental persistent, or does that continue?
I believe he does not. If the target recovers from being sickened, the persistent damage ends.
Then, yeah.
So,
it is.
if he recovers before the end of his turn, I think he doesn't take it. Because the persistent happens at the end of the turn?
It does,
Or is it,
yeah.
or is it the roll that happens at the end of the turn?
Both. So the Abracondrelu spent its third action clearing that condition, therefore not taking the persistent mental damage, and it is now Savatri's turn.
She's going to start by doing her focus spell, Savor the Sting, on the Quasit.
Okay. We
So
haven't
I
seen this
need-
yet.
We have, but you have always made the save. And we've been waiting for the time you actually fail the save for us to talk about it. So let's see if you fail the save first.
Well, I guess let's see then. 10?
That does fail the save.
Fantastic.
So-
Then let's talk.
This deals 1d4 mental damage and 1d4 persistent mental damage. The target must attempt a will save. As long as the target is taking persistent damage from the spell, I gain a +1 status bonus to attack rolls and skill checks against the target.
Oh shit!
That's a 1 action.
Nice. That's a 1 action thing. You know, you guys are
Yeah.
really like you're a real mental focus damage on your spellcasters. For some reason, I like that flavor with this party.
And the nice thing about it is also not a attack, technically. Like
It doesn't have the attack trait. Nice.
No. So then for my second action, I'll try to trip. Abracadabra, I'm tripping you.
Oh, well, he pays attention.
+2, that would have been 15.
Yeah, never mind. He ignores you because it fails. 15 fails to trip the abracadabra.
Hero point.
Oh.
21 to trip him.
21 does trip
Perfect.
the abracandaloo.
I then walk away.
Haha! Walk away. It is, in fact, the Quasit's turn. The Quasit is very upset with the way that Savatri just treated him and is going to fly right over to Savatri and make a claw attack. This is going to get a 24 to hit. I know 24 hits. And is going to deal 5 points of damage to Savatri. Were you the one that got hit by that before? Or
Yeah.
was that Kestrel? It was you.
That was me.
I'll give you the first one because it's my fault that I forgot, but make a fortitude save for me.
17.
You succeed. So no worries on that. All right. It's going to make a second attack against you. Again, this time with a claw as well. It's a critical fail. Roll the 1 on the dice. After the Quasit, it's Kestrel's turn.
All right, so 1 action to activate my key strikes, and another action to activate my flurry of blows. And with him being tripped, what does that do to his AC?
He's flat-footed, but you're already taking that into consideration.
Okay, attacks incoming. I'm going to use my second hero point on that attack because I rolled a 2.
All right.
18. It's going to miss.
18 misses.
Second attack from flurry. 19. Jesus Christ.
19 hits.
I hate my life. The third of these D6s is going to be force damage.
Okay.
I guess it probably doesn't make any difference.
It doesn't, unfortunately.
I deal him 13 damage.
Ooh, that's a big hit on the Abercondaloo. It seems to be distracted with everybody else, but you get its attention for a moment and uppercut right to the jaw, and a couple of teeth fly out of its mouth.
And with my third action, I will just try and make another attack at it, just because I want to try and take it down, see if we can get lucky.
Kill this motherfucker.
I do not get lucky, get a 10, and I miss. I am done.
Then after Kestrel, it's Moonlight's turn. Moonlight, you're standing out in the porch away from the window. You can't really see anybody. Well, you might be able to see Kestrel and the Abercondaloo fighting from the angle that you're at right now.
All right, so I can see the Abercondaloo from here?
Yeah, I mean, even if we're looking at that corner right there, it goes through the broken window.
I mean, I just need to see enough of them to be able to cast Phantom Pain on him again.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that. He gets a 12 on his save.
Well, he fails again.
Yay.
So he will take another 7 mental damage.
That's pretty consistent there, buddy. All right.
And he is sickened and taking persistent damage again.
All right. Here
And
we
then
go.
third action. I'm going to cast Shield just in case.
You never know. All right. After Moonlight, it is Jebediah's turn.
I was going to say, he shouldn't be frightened anymore, right?
No, he shouldn't be. He
Let's
lost.
kill him.
Kill it.
Kill it before it does more deeps.
Well, I get a 28 to hit.
That's a big hit.
All right. Well,
And a critical hit because he's sickened. Specifically because he's sickened, it's a critical hit.
I
Debuffs,
swing it
bitches.
right into his pustulous left arm.
My weakness.
And just deal
Holy
26
shit.
damage. Don't Jesus Christ me. That's what he did to me.
It
It's just
is.
payback.
You rolled an 11 and a 12 on
That would be
2d12.
more damage. When you get 2d12 and you rolled an 11 and a 12, it's
And that should also be a +6, not a +3.
Yeah, it should actually be more than
26
that, but
completely decimates this thing.
Oh,
It only had like 2 HP left. Extraordinarily dead.
All right. Well, then I'll let my cat go towards the quasi thing to aid Savatri, and I bite it.
Ow.
All right. It's supposed to be 19 to hit.
19 to hit. 19 definitely hits.
Oh, dang, dude. Oh, 7 damage.
7 damage.
I got the
That's
1d4 for precision flanking.
That's right. Turtle gets like sneak attack damage. All right, and Turtle comes up and kind of leaps from pew to pew behind and bites the Quasit in midair. Then we're going to go to the top of the order. Now that the Record Demon, or the Aberconderlu, is dead, Savatri, you're up.
Savatri will move back away from the closet, but stay in flanking with Turtle.
every time I think I'm hearing closet.
I can't trip something when it's flying, right?
That's
It's
a good question.
I'm almost certain there's a rule that says you cannot trip if they're airborne.
Here's my thing. Conceptually, you told me I trip a flying creature with a whip. I immediately imagining you wrapping the whip around it and slamming it to the ground. But you're not doing it damage, so that doesn't quite work out.
I mean,
So-
I'm looking at the trip action. It says you try to knock an opponent to the ground. It doesn't necessarily say sweep their legs out. I mean, it seems more like what you're saying, where it's like you just knock them out of the air.
Okay.
You disrupt their
Knock them-
flight or
And
something.
knock them to the ground.
You try to knock an opponent to the ground.
Well, I'm gonna try to do that.
Yeah, you're right. That is extremely straightforward. Yeah, I agree. Let's do it. Get a critical success so you can slam this motherfucker into the dirt.
I got a 15 on my first attempt. I will try it a second time. 22 to trip.
Ooh, you got it with the 22. Savatri whips the Quasit out of the air and it falls prone amongst the pews.
That's my turn.
The Quasit spends its first action resuming flight. It takes flight again and kind of climbs up from the pews and starts flying again. It's going to use its second action to fly over to Savatri, and its third action to claw Savatri, and gets a 22 to hit.
Can you just back the fuck off, man? Like, okay.
This is unwanted contact.
I'm not even hurting it. Like, I'm just non-lethally hit it. That's all I've done so far.
Well, it's
Everything
gonna
I've done is
claw you.
non-lethal.
It's going to claw you for 6 points of damage.
Wonderful.
Give me a fortitude save.
Okay. 13.
That is going to fail. You will take 4 points of poison damage. Now it's Kestrel's turn.
Savatri, I am coming! Not the first time Kestrel has said that.
Horse? Horse!
Whores!
Whores.
I get to there, so I'm flanking it with Savatri. And we'll activate Flurry of Blows. I get a 19 to hit, which looks like it does.
19 hits.
I deal it 3 damage with Snake Eyes on those 2d6.
So what was that about Magic Fang being more useful on Kestrel than it was on
Put it on Turtle next time, Chad. Put it on Turtle next time, please, for the love of God.
That's rough, man. You've been rolling like shit on that damage. Kestrel deals the Quasit 3 points of damage.
Attack number 2. 17's gonna be a hit.
A 17 does hit.
6 damage this time.
Much
I-
better.
With my third action, I will attempt to attack it again, just to try and hit it. Not with a 10. I am done.
No. Not with a 10. All right, then Moonlight, it's your turn.
Alright, Moonlight's gonna climb through the window, and then, like, is there a book of Abadar or anything? Maybe it's just like a ledger of accounts. Pick it up and whip it at it. I'm gonna literally beat it with the Bible.
That is very good.
Absolutely.
The power of Abadar compels you.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Oh, yes, please hit it with that.
I hero point again and get an 18. There's both of my hero points on the same thing. Deal at 9 damage as they yell, "The power of Christ compels you!"
Abadar.
Oh,
The power of Abadar compels you.
Usually there's a big old book right on the golden desk at the front, but you're not an Abadar. You don't worship Abadar. That's not your thing. You find a book that was under a pew that they hadn't torn apart yet, and just bludgeon it with this over and over again in the head, out of the air, and it hits the ground, and that's it. It's dead.
That is the greatest way to end a fight in a church ever.
Oh, you know what? If it was resistant to bludgeoning damage, I probably would have overlooked it, because that was pretty fucking cool.
I mean, it was with a Bible. It should count as good.
Oh, there you go.
No, but it's Abadar. It's fucking counts as lawful neutral. It's axiomatic.
Thank you for joining us here on the MNmaxed Podcast. We want to encourage you to check out our website, MNmaxed.com, where you can find links to all sorts of different things like our Discord, where you can come and chat with us and other fans of the MNmaxed Podcast. You can also find our Patreon, where if you'd like to support us, we would really appreciate that. You can also find information about all of these characters that we're playing, like character sheets, backstories, and art. Join us again next week as we continue the Extinction Curse. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.